Away. My wife said, "You're a different person." She thought that was good.
As we get together to reflect on all the wonderful memories from the past 40 years, I hope you've enjoyed watching us grow up as much as we've loved watching you grow up. And I can't wait to see even more dreams take flight.
Enjoy 2 days at Dollywood or Splash Country for just $66 per day. Plan your trip today at Dollywood.com.
Love every moment.
Check out the expanded strength equipment at Planet Fitness. Join the club today. Save $28 or more when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month.
Find your nearest club and join today. Deal ends July 31st.
Cornerstone of Recovery, proven drug and alcohol addiction treatment since 1989.
After a car crash, how bad of an idea is it to go it alone against the insurance company? It's like smoking at the gas pump bad. It's like messing with a mama bear bad. It's like jumping out of a plane without a parachute bad. But here's a good idea. If you've been hurt in a car crash, call Gary Massey Injury Lawyers. We know a thing or two about the insurance company, and we'll be with you every step of the way. You gotta get Gary. Gary Massey Injury Lawyers. 423-444-8888.
Next, ET, Tony and Ziva are back.
What could go wrong?
We're with the NCIS stars at Comic-Con. Plus, inside Hollywood's decades-long love affair with the Palm Beaches. Next, ET.
Weeknights at 7 on Local 3.
Good morning. Always nice to have you join us here on 3+U. We hope that your day is off to a fantastic start. Looks to be another hot one, so get out there and soak in some pool time before the school bells ring. It's going to be here before you know it. That either puts a smile on your face or makes you feel kind of sad, depending on which side of the fence you lie on. But either way, it's coming. And our first guest this morning is ready for you. Dr. Mark Cromie is here with the Chattanooga Allergy Clinic. Is that true in your office? Some people come in saying, can't wait for my kids to go back to school.
Without a doubt.
And
without
others
a doubt.
are sad.
But I'm happy because you know what's coming, Jules?
What?
Ragweed. I mean, football, college football. I'm just kidding.
Real quickly, there are people who watch who've not been in Chattanooga for a long time, so they might not know the inside joke. Your license plate used to say ragweed.
Yes, it does. And then
it does it still?
No, I changed it to SNZNOMO, sneeze no mo. So I think that's even better. You know, it gives you something to think about.
Let's talk about the ragweed for a minute. First of all, when does it start?
All right, so typically ragweed will start August, and it'll go to the first frost. But as you know, we don't have a lot of frost around here.
Yeah.
But it's just so hard to believe that we're getting near to the fall because we're still in 100-degree temperatures. The grass pollens are out. Kids are still at the pool having fun. They don't want to think about school, but it's coming. And now's the time to prepare because in September, believe it or not, it's the #1 time of year for asthma exacerbations. So your kids that have been doing so well during the summer, taking a break from their daily asthma inhalers, it's time to get them back on their plan, get back on their medicines so that when they get to school and they're exposed to indoor allergens like cockroach and mold and dust, and then the ragweed comes out, they won't have this asthma flare that invariably occurs.
You, I know, end up seeing people in your office who don't always know what the reason is for the sniffle. Did you see a lot of people coming to you maybe in the last month or two with kind of that summer cold?
Yeah.
I had it.
And I think it's a combination of a couple things. Poor air quality. You know, we always talk about that. You know, when it's over 100 degrees, our air quality level gets worse and we're having more respiratory issues, especially those patients that have COPD or asthma. But, you know, I think we had a weird rainy season too for a while, so we had some more mold. So it was a very interesting mix of pollen and mold as well as the temperature and humidity.
Well, I brought it up because we've talked for years, and that so often an allergy symptom, if it is the respiratory congestion kind, it can be kind of a mimicker. You don't know if it's allergy, if it's a virus, if it's a sinus infection, but sometimes they can morph, right?
Yeah, and there's comorbidities between the two of them. And honestly, that's why the ear, nose, and throat doctors will send us patients because they are dealing with kids that have chronic sinus disease, have recurrent ear infections. They've already put tubes in 2 or 3 times. And every time they get a cold, they end up getting a ear infection. And so what happens is with allergies, your nasal mucosa will swell with exposure to pollens or dogs or cats. And that causes the eustachian tube that ventilates the ear to back up with fluid. And so it becomes a plumbing issue. And so yes, every time somebody has a cold, if they have significant allergies, those two together can lead to this perfect storm of infection.
And so the back to school time is often a time when everybody's back together again. Teachers see this, I know, and those colds do come on. So is it good to come in now and get allergy testing done if you suspect it?
This is actually one of the best times of the year because the pollen count is low. And for you to be allergy tested, you need to stop your allergy medicines for 3 or 4 days before. And so, like, if you come in the middle of the spring and you're miserable, you're going to have more symptoms.
Bad,
right now, you can stop your medicines, get by without a lot of suffering, and get allergy tested, so you can get on the road to recovery, start immunotherapy and all natural process, so that next spring you're good.
You brought some toys with you today.
I did.
What'd you bring?
Well, back to school for a lot of kids means food allergies. So they're going to deal with the perils of the cafeteria, having to deal with peanuts, all the other stuff. This is the first fall, this is the first school season we've had a new epinephrine
this
device.
is the Neffy.
This is the Neffy. This is the nasal epinephrine nasal spray. So instead of having to deal with the regular EpiPen where you inject yourself with a needle, this is a nose spray that is quickly and easily administered, one squirt in your nostril, and you have delivered your full round of adrenaline or epinephrine, which is life-saving. There's no needle involved. The nice thing about this is heat stable. You can keep it in your gym bag. It lasts for 2 years, and it comes with this cute little carrying pouch.
Which makes it hard to lose.
Exactly.
That's great.
It's a new option for kids with food allergies this year.
How does it work for a low elementary school age kid, first, second grader? Do the teachers typically keep those with them, or do the kids keep them?
In the past, typically, when you have somebody that has food allergies, the epinephrine will be held usually in the classroom with the teacher. Sometimes, if the student is old enough to be responsible, they'll carry it with them.
But I would think that would be very comforting for a teacher to do that versus the pen.
Because the number one cause of anaphylaxis-induced deaths, lack of epinephrine. People are scared to give it.
Yeah.
So this will be a less traumatic route. Not just so much that they're scared of stabbing somebody with a needle, but everybody's used to using a nose spray.
You mentioned it's another 100-degree feeling like anyway day. If you are an asthmatic watching, that high temperature can sometimes make your breathing worse?
For sure. So this is the time of the year, like I said, it's time to get back on your daily controller therapies. If you have asthma and you've taken a break on your daily Advair, Trilogy, Flovent, whatever, the inhaled steroids, they're the gold standard. Start them now, reduce the inflammation in the lungs, and prevent an exacerbation later.
Also, if you do end up getting the allergy shots, I know y'all have got gazillions of locations around
We've
the
got
area.
8 offices
But
to serve you.
it will be really important because they make it convenient for you to choose the one that is most accessible for you, because that's where your serum will be, right?
Exactly. It'll stay in that office.
Okay.
And several of our offices are open Monday through Saturday. And you don't even make an appointment. You just come and go. We have a little kiosk. You check in, and you're in and out in less than 20 minutes.
So do keep that in mind, because with the back to school going, your work week's going to be busy. Those Saturday hours could be really beneficial.
We even open early, 7 a.m. on Wednesdays, and late nights till 7:30 on Tuesdays.
He never sleeps. That's why he's so energetic. Oh, and by the way, guess what I just found out too from him? It's your 25th anniversary.
That's right. It's been a great 25 years at Chattanooga Allergy Clinic, and I want to thank Dr. Kaplan for letting me come to join back in 2000. When we first started, 1 office, 5 employees. Now we have 8 office, 150 employees, 16 providers to serve you all over the area and in North Georgia. And I'm only halfway there, baby. I'm going to make it to 50.
And you will not be a formula either. You'll be your own individual person, and they will fight to find out what's going on with you. Great to see ya.
Good to see you,
Let
too.
those school bells ring. The ChattanoogaAllergyClinic.com is the website, 899-0431 for you to call and make that appointment.
Every day you wake up and drive to the factory, construction site, or that office that you call your job, and then unexpectedly you are injured on the job. If you are suffering from any type of on-the-job injury, give us a call. It's more to us. It's personal.
Local 3 School Patrol, keeping you informed of changes happening in your child's school right now or in the future. The things that affect their education, their safety, your peace of mind. Local 3 School Patrol, covering the classrooms in your community.
Shrimp delish, Shrimp, shrimp, delish. Crispy, crunchy shrimp. It's new. Crispy, crunchy debut. Just $5.99. Come on, it's time to dine. Captain D's crispy shrimp delish.
Car crash? You gotta get Gary. If you've been injured in a car crash, here are 3 important things you need to know. 1. Do not discuss your crash with the insurance company before you talk to a lawyer. 2. On average, accident victims with a lawyer get over 3 times more money than those without one. And 3, at Gary Massey Injury Lawyers, if we don't win, you don't pay us. That's our no-fee guarantee. You gotta get Gary. Gary Massey Injury Lawyers.
It's Champion's anniversary sale. Get 35% off new siding and 25% off entry doors. So many styles, colors, and finishes to choose from. All energy efficient, durable, and built to give your home the makeover it deserves. Call 888-4CHAMPION or schedule your free estimate online now.
Scan the code now and download the free Local 3 weather app, powered by your Local 3 Storm Alert team. Live radar for your neighborhood, accurate local forecasts, anytime, anywhere.
Brought to you in part by Langley Roofing and Warren and Griffin.
Far too often, people are being seriously injured and hurt because of negligent drivers distracted by their cell phones. If you've been harmed by a negligent or distracted driver, let us go to work for you. It's more to us. It's personal.
The University of Tennessee System. 5 campuses, one just for you.
We are having such a good time having 2 of the representatives from Love's Arm Outreach on the show with us this morning. We've kind of become good friends in the last several minutes. This is Chrissy Holland, Paloma Basevic. Did I say it right? Close enough to count? Yeah. She's trying to give me a break on having to say her last name on the air. But they are here representing Love's Arm Outreach, a wonderful organization. How many years now has Love's Arm been here?
Love's Arm just celebrated 20 years in April.
Time flies.
So, yes.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with the work that they do at Love's Arm, I'm going to let Chrissy kind of explain it. And as she does, then think about that 20-year anniversary mark, because a lot of women and men probably too, who believe in the mission of what you do have put in a lot of volunteer hours and sweat equity to see this happen. So who are you helping, Chrissy?
We work with women who have been trafficked and prostituted that have drug and alcohol addiction. We have a street outreach that we do in different areas of Chattanooga. We do a strip club outreach. We also do a jail ministry. We have a phone line that is open 24/7. And we have 2 residential houses where we try and help these women recover from the journey of trauma that they've experienced, either their whole life or just even for a small portion of it. It can be very devastating.
I know one of the things that has been stressed whenever someone has been here talking with us over the years is that nobody ever chooses this. No. This is something that has happened in these women's lives. Often they were quite legitimately trapped in this situation, and then, as you say, the trauma of it holds you captive too.
Yes, it does. And for me, what I see is fear can be very devastating in helping people move forward. It can hold us back a lot.
Almost easier with what you know than to try something new.
Because it's something new. It's the unknown. I'm afraid of it, but I know how this life is, and I know what's going to happen.
So y'all have managed to take a very serious topic that truthfully very few of us really understand. You hear the word trafficking and you don't know exactly what that means. And we'll get into that a little bit maybe, but y'all do make it fun. So here Paloma sits, looking so prim and proper today. On July 29th, you've got a big role at the Lookouts game.
Yes, I am throwing out the ceremonial pitch, so I'm very excited. This will be the first time I will be throwing the ball besides my practicing that I have started 2 weeks ago. So I'm very excited, but I think it's also going to be a fun way to get us out and make it a little bit more approachable, the topic.
Yeah, and that is a good point, that to make it approachable. So you've got that coming up on the 29th. August 5th, you're having, is it a fun night at Zaxby's or something?
It's a spirit night at Zaxby's. Yes. So with the Lookouts game, if people want a fun family night, They can purchase tickets through our website at lovesarmoutreach.org. They're $10. We get $3 off of every ticket purchased through our website.
Nice.
So it's if you got kids and you're looking for something to do, yes, it'll be a little hot, but it'll be fun, and that's where the memories come in.
Exactly.
And then on August 5th with Zaxby's, between 5 and 7, it's the Zaxby's on Shallowford Road. If someone mentions Love's Arm when they place their order, we receive 10% of the total sales between 5 and 7.
Oh, that's great. So don't cook that night. Just go to Zaxby's.
Yeah, just go to Zaxby's. You can go through the drive-thru and say, Love's Arm, here's my order.
So the one that they really want to push, though, is their biggie, and it's coming up on September 12th. It's a 1970s decade dance, but this is where you have a lot of fun. You throw a great party, but you hope to raise the resources needed to keep you going.
Yeah, we are really looking forward to it. I already bought my outfit like 2 months ago. I'm ready for it.
Yeah.
We're going to have raffles. We're going to have, just a good time. So we're really excited about this.
So here's the thing. I think it's just been so impressive to me over these years to watch and see the dedication that your whole team brings to this. Things that would probably defeat an awful lot of people who want to make a difference, but they just can't. Y'all dig in, and you don't give up on these women.
No, we do not. We meet them where they are, and we love them where they are. That's where they need to, we have to meet them.
And very often, you see great success stories.
Oh, yes. We have had from our long-term program, just in the past 2.5 years, we have had 6 graduates. And that's huge.
If there is somebody watching us this morning who thinks, gosh, I wish they could help me, can they reach out to you?
Sure they can. Yes, they can. They can call our phone number, and if there's a list of names, they can, Chrissy Holland, they can call and ask me, and I can direct them on what we can do to help them. You know.
And maybe you're watching and you're in a position to be part of the throng of volunteers that helps.
Yes.
There's always room for you at the table because they count.
Is.
But you know what? Maybe your way of helping is to go cheer her on when she throws out the pitch at the baseball game, or to go get some chicken fingers at Zaxby's, or definitely if you can find time to go to the 1970s dance party coming up on September 12th. All of it at lovesarmoutreach.org. I really do love your heart.
Thank you.
What makes Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas so giant? Crispy fingers, sauce, and melty cheese. Zaxby's giant chicken finger quesadillas. Who's got the sauce?
Zaxby's.
One of the best to ever do it.
This could be my last year, so it's my time to win.
It all comes down to this. Here we go. Fight!
American Ninja Warrior, Monday on NBC and Peacock.
You never ever know what they're gonna do. Oh my God! This is how it's done. Never seen anything like this.
Hold my hand!
AGT, Tuesday on NBC and Peacock.
Having trouble paying for the dental care you so desperately need? Revive Dental has opened in the heart of Chattanooga at 1212 Dodds Avenue to provide affordable dental care for adults and children who do not have dental insurance. At Revive, we offer an array of services including tooth extractions, teeth cleaning, dentures, root canals, and more sophisticated treatments such as crowns and dental implants. Dental cleaning and tooth extractions start at $80. Restore and maintain your beautiful smile today. Call 423-206-9641.
Combine a Bojangles Chicken Supreme with a toasted bun that's great on the go, and you get Bo's Bird Dog. Grab 2 for $5 for a limited time only. It's Bo time.
I'm Gary Massey. As someone who grew up on a farm not far from here, I'm proud of my humble roots. It's where I learned to work through the tough times and appreciate what I had. Now at Gary Massey Injury Lawyers, we're helping people through tough times of their own. and we approach every case with the honest values you deserve. If you've been injured, you got to get a law firm that understands what you're going through. You got to get Gary. Gary Massey Injury Lawyers. 423-444-8888.
Count on the Local 3 Storm Alert team for accurate forecasts for your neighborhood.
More breaking news, more local stories, and the area's most accurate local forecast. Take a fresh look at local3news.com.
So I'll be watching. We hope you will too.
So I'm kind of chuckling inside. He has no idea yet that I'm laughing at him. But John Linderman is here with Linderman's Furniture. And while the rest of us are saying, oh, please don't let August come. Please let summer slow down. John's thinking ahead to Labor Day.
Let's
Good to
speed it
see you. Only because you want to save us money,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
I don't really know how you do it, John, because you just got off of your 4th of July
Yeah.
sale and you never make it weekend specific.
Right.
Same with your Labor Day sale, right?
Absolutely. All the sales kind of are back to back to back, Memorial, July, and now Labor Day. And you know, it's not very common anymore that a sale is a one-day sale or even a 2 or 3 day sale anymore. We like to kind of stretch them out for a week, maybe 2 weeks sometimes. You know how hard it is to get with your husband or your wife to get together, have some free time to come shop. So we're hoping in that week or 2 week span that you can decide on a day to come in and do some shopping with us.
Okay, so I want to talk a little bit like as a customer for a second, because I think all of us, prices aren't going down in terms of just general everyday cost of living, and all of us are looking for the best bang for our buck, so to speak. When you come to you at Linderman's, as opposed, I'll be careful what I say, but you can shop for furniture sometimes and it's almost like fake furniture.
Right.
It costs you money, but heaven help you, if you put a wet glass on there, it's going to shrivel away, right? Because it's fake.
Absolutely.
Your stuff is real.
Yeah, it's real. And I know what you're saying. You want value no matter what your budget is.
Right.
And what we always say is, if you come in and you say, we're looking for a $400 queen size mattress, well, we're going to have the very best $400 mattress for you. I don't want you to throw your money away, nor do I want to deliver something to you that you're disappointed in or buyer's remorse or something like that.
Well, and I'm really glad that you went there, because also you recognize that people do have different budgets. And so you should not feel bad if what you have is $400 for a mattress as opposed to $2,400
Exactly.
for a mattress.
And like you said earlier, we've always been a bang for your buck company. We do have high-end mattresses that are still very affordable. Same thing with the sofas and recliners, but our price ranges are right there, more of the budget. So if you do come in and you have, in your mind, a limited budget on a recliner, maybe a sofa sectional, well, we're gonna fit you in that budget pretty easily. You know, we've been doing it for 37 years.
Right.
By now, we know how to match up, in your pocket what you have to what you want to put in your house.
I've been down there often enough. I feel like I could almost quote prices to people on the air, but I kind of appreciate the functionality, I think, if that's the right word, of Linderman's, because you're not wasting people's time.
Right.
So you do come in and there's what you're looking for, recliners, and then the bedroom furniture kind of to the right, and living room stuff, I guess it's still this way.
Yes, absolutely.
To the left. I think you're great too for people who are either downsizing and their big furniture is too big, or first-time apartments.
Right.
You've got to scale.
Oh yeah, from sectionals to sofas.
Chofas.
Chofas, yeah, which
love
are
that
great
word.
for townhomes and condos. Everything kind of fits down there, and even with bedroom suits. If you want to come in and buy a queen headboard with a nightstand and a chest, because the bedroom may be a little bit smaller, or if it's going into a guest bedroom, then you can certainly chop things up and we can make that happen for you. It's not a problem.
I had a conversation recently with my middle brother. We were doing some things with our mom that involved moving a mattress. And Tim said, Julie, moving a mattress is not easy. And I thought about you, because when people buy mattresses from you, you haul off the old one.
Oh yeah, that's a big part of our business, and it's really more of a service. Anything you buy in the store, from bedding to upholstery, recliners, we're going to haul off the old piece for you, or the old pieces that you're replacing. It's a hard thing. I mean, they're heavy. You know, you don't have to do much to hurt your back. You can hurt your back sneezing.
Right.
You know, so we like to take that burden off of you, and that's one less thing to worry about when you're in the store.
You mentioned you can hurt your back sneezing, and I kind of passed over the recliners that you have, but that's a frequent thing for you to see people who come in a semi-crisis.
Yes.
And you've always got the recliners.
Yes, you know, normal recliners to power recliners. You know, if you have a hard time pushing down the footrest, you just don't have the leg strength. We've got power recliners that are very affordable, and also the power lift chairs. Probably one of our most popular items in the store. We sell more of them for post and pre-surgery kind of situations.
And name drop, you've got Catnapper, and who else?
Catnapper and Ashley are two brands that we sell, and both are phenomenal 450 pound weight capacities. Both have next gen Durapella fabrics, just simply meaning, you know, if you're like me, a little messy sometimes, you spill something, you can clean it very easily.
And they're not all, they're again to scale. So if you're a smaller bodied person, they've got smaller framed recliners.
Exactly. Yeah, if you want like a lady lounger, we have those. And if you're a bigger guy and you want to get a bigger chair, if you want some width,
right,
you know, in your seating, we have those too.
And just in time for football season.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the weekend of Labor Day, you're also paying sales tax, is that right?
The weekend and then the following week. So I think Labor Day is on a Monday. Should know this, but I don't.
Always on a Monday.
Always on a Monday, and then that whole week,
week
we're going to do the We Pay Your Sales Tax.
Well, you have to wait for the sales, but you don't have to wait until then to go shop.
Exactly.
Linderman's Furniture on 3 Notch Road in Ringgold. You'll love them, and say hey to Millie when you're there.
I will.
Right now at Affordable Dentures and Implants, you'll save 15% on most treatment plans over $1,000. Now that'll help you take a bite out of summer. Call 1-800-DENTURE today. Offer ends soon.
Go ahead and smile.
Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan. For the people.
At Dyer Livestock Beef, we want you to know your farmer and know your food. We have a deep passion for agriculture and strive to bring the best to our local community. Safe, wholesome, and delicious beef fit for any palate. From fine Chattanooga restaurants to the home chef, beef lovers trust us to be their beef source. And you can too. Stop by the beef shop in downtown Trenton, Georgia to grab your favorite beef cuts and fire up the grill.
We're the insiders, and winning car at cases is what we do.
Check out these big wins.
I injured my neck and they got me $115,000. How about you?
I had a bad leg injury and they got me $240,000. How about you?
I had multiple broken bones and serious injuries. The insiders got me $8 million.
I'm Brent.
And I'm Jay. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call us. It's just that easy.
Call 265-1100.
My feet hurt so bad in the morning, I couldn't even put my feet on the floor. So I built all this together to engineer a solution to my pain. Finally, I went to Good Feet, and they gave me this.
Good Feet arch supports, engineered for pain relief, personally fitted for you.
Do the math. More in your pocket with Warren and Griffin.
I'm Steve Mark.
I'm John Mark.
Call us at 265-HURT.
That's 265-4878. We are your local law firm.
Affordable Dentures and Implants can help you bite into summer with 15% off most treatment plans over $1,000. Now that's something to smile about. Call 1-800-DENTURE today. Offer ends soon.
Go ahead and smile.
Good Thursday to you, Tennessee Valley. Going to be another hot day. Now, the humidity is going to be just a little bit lower today. Dew points dropping from the 70s to 60s. Still going to be humid, but at least we're getting somewhat of a break. Here's a look at your highs, though. Still in the 90s. Going to be another hot July day. Pretty close to average. Our average high this time of the year, 91, 94. So we're going to be pretty much in the ballpark, but next week, not so much. Big time heat building in. We're looking at temperatures soaring well into the 90s and maybe even into the triple digits, and it's all because of this high pressure heat dome, whatever you want to call it, building back in across the southeast. And underneath a high pressure like this, you get that sinking air. So storm chances are going to be at a minimum, and the heat's really going to start to crank up, not only here locally, but across a pretty good chunk of the southeast. So we're going to have to deal with that. And look at these temperatures. So over the weekend, low to mid 90s, nothing unusual. And occasionally we will hit 100 during the summer. It doesn't happen every summer. In fact, it's happened 41 times since 2000, but pretty good chance next week we're going to at least get close. Upper 90s Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's the air temperature. You factor in the humidity, a heat index likely over 105 at times early next week. So those heat safety precautions are going to be of the utmost importance heading into next week, because this is likely to be our hottest stretch of weather moving forward. And then at the end of next week, we may get a little bit of a break in the heat. So we'll keep a close eye on that pattern trend. But for today, a mix of sun and clouds. Will you have the chance of a spotty shower today? No, I don't think so. It looks like it's going to be dry across the board, even in the higher elevations. Not seeing a whole lot on our latest guidance from our in-house model here at Local 3 Studios. But as we move into tomorrow, a little bit more moisture to work with. So I think we'll at least squeeze out a few of those pop-up showers and storms. So notice by lunchtime, a few green dots showing up. Not going to be anything widespread. And a lot of you stay dry tomorrow as well. But I think Friday, at least over the next 7 days, probably going to be our best chance at seeing any rain. Now, rainfall amounts, again, highly variable. A lot of you stay dry, but those who get under one of those heavy storms could pick up a quick ½ of an inch to an inch of rain. Nothing severe tomorrow. But again, it is possible that we run into a few showers here and there. Still tracking a tropical disturbance in the Gulf, about a 10% chance of development. So just kind of looking at the global model suites this morning, pretty good chance this doesn't develop into anything other than a heavy rainmaker for the immediate Gulf Coast from about southeast Texas over towards the Florida Panhandle. So really no big concern here, and the rest of the Atlantic Basin is looking quiet. But again, hurricane season peaks in September, so we're kind of getting closer to that. We'll keep you updated all hurricane season long, but here locally it's going to be about the heat. Today we're right around 94, a whole lot of sunshine coming your way on this Thursday, and then tonight dropping down into the 70s, partly cloudy skies, going to be muggy for your next 7 days. Again, heat builds into next week with highs approaching the triple digits Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday.
Come be a part of our family tree at Martin Boyd Christian Home, a nonprofit assisted living community. A family makes a house a home, and we value your family like our own. With all-inclusive rates and an experienced care team, you'll feel right at home. Call today to schedule a tour.
There's a reason ball boys make especially attentive waiters. Just like there's a reason Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm.
Yeah, I do like it.
Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Whether it was walking off as champions from the big game, planning the perfect party, or finding the most delicious escape. For 40 years, Cici's Pizza has always been the destination. Here at Cici's, we're serving more than just endless slices of your favorite pizza. We're about fresh memories, served daily. Thanks for your 40 years. Here's to another 40. The original chocolate dessert is back for a limited time only. Come celebrate with us at Cici's.
Whoa!
Make new memories each time you visit, and find your joy at the Tennessee Aquarium.
After a car crash, how bad of an idea is it to go it alone against the insurance company? It's like smoking at the gas pump bad. But here's a good idea. If you've been hurt in a car crash, you gotta get Gary. 423-444-8888.
Come be a part of our family tree at Martin Boyd Christian Home, a nonprofit assisted living community. A family makes a house a home, and we value your family like our own. With all-inclusive rates and an experienced care team, you'll feel right at home. Call today to schedule a tour.
Local 3's news and weather apps take us with you everywhere.
Okay, we are smiling this morning because Jason Carr is back on the show with us with Onward Chattanooga, and he has brought a peer and kind of a friend, it sounds like, Addison Cowan, who is with Mortgage Investor Group. You're going to help Jason here have the successful venture to the closing table. Is that right?
That's correct.
So y'all are smiling because you've managed to make this kind of worry-free for people. You work in very close relationship with each other.
Correct.
So the chemistry's there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Trust is a big part of it, right? In the real estate world, you've got to make sure you can trust the people you're relying on.
Right, and to know that that lender is 100% getting us to the closing table is the biggest
hurdle.
Yes.
Okay, so we were giggling when we came on air because we were swapping stories of the real estate horror stories. We've all had them before.
Everyone has.
So Addison, I'm going to put you on the hot seat then, because idea is pre-approval. That's the best
Pre-approval,
thing.
absolutely. It gives everybody that trust that you were talking about, making sure the seller feels confident to accept an offer that they know is going to get to the closing table, making sure all the agents are happy and there's trust on both sides. It is the best way to do a deal,
okay.
And to get through it smooth and easy. That pre-approval, getting documentation ahead of time to make sure that we're not going to run into any of those nightmare scenarios a few weeks before closing.
We had been swapping a few before we got on air. So, we live in this online world, which is kind of a good thing, I guess, because it's very easy to get the documents to you now, right?
Yeah.
Signing things can all be done electronically, meaning you can do it on your lunch break.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
And it makes things go a lot quicker.
But if people want to have a face-to-face, can they do that with you?
Yep, absolutely. I'm always in office throughout the week if we need to meet after hours or on the weekends, so I can do that as well. It's just about taking the time to set that up. And then coming in, I have office chairs. Jason was just in my office yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
They even said that in the Okay, so what kinds of things are you going to need on the pre-approval side? What should people be gathering to give you?
So it's going to depend on the specific situation, what kind of employment they have. If you're self-employed, it'll be 2 years tax returns, personal and business. If you're a W-2 position, it's going to depend on what kind of program we're looking at, but for the most part, recent pay stub, 2024 W-2, or if we're looking at a down payment assistance program, we might need a little bit more documentation just because those programs typically require a little bit more documentation. So 2 or 3 years tax returns.
Okay.
So it can depend for each client, but for the most part, recent pay stub or recent year-to-date profit and loss, and then end-of-year tax documents from last year.
How are the rates looking? I don't keep up with it these days.
We'll let Addison answer that one for us.
So we've kind of been stuck in a pattern this year of just up and down. We'll have a few good weeks, a few bad weeks. We're right in line with where we were in May, right in line with where we were in February, which is right in line with where we were in September. But in between those times, we've had lows and highs. Moving forward to the end of this year, I do think rates are going to improve. A lot of that can depend on what the Fed decides to do in their Fed meeting at the end of July and at the end of or middle of September. That July Fed meeting, we're looking to see no rate cut, but holding steady with where the Fed is. But there might be some market movement just depending on the sentiment of the Fed and what they say in the press conference. So there's been a lot of pressure recently from the president on the Fed chair, Jerome Powell, and it'll be interesting to see how politics can play into that with other Fed members possibly speaking up against Powell or speaking to cutting rates faster.
Okay.
And that can go into helping improve mortgage rates throughout the rest of the year.
So you kind of have to do the math in your own way. But if you're talking 1/4 percentage point, 1/2 percentage point, over time, that will definitely save you some money. In the immediate month to month, it's not that significant. Am I right, generally?
Right, and it can depend on loan amount is the biggest thing there. You know, if you're going to have a $100,000 loan amount versus a $450,000.
Because I think what Jason's going to probably say to me is, but don't let that deter you waiting to go ahead and buy, because if the interest rates do come down, now there's more competition in the market for you to get the house you want. Am I right?
Yeah, and
we can job switch.
Exactly, let's do it. And if rates do go down significantly, then you can always refinance down the road.
That's right.
So,
Are ARMs still a thing? Are people doing ARMs
They're
anymore?
starting to come back. For the last several years, ARMs have not been priced well because of an inverted yield curve. But they are starting to be priced a little bit better. So they're starting to come back, but not very prevalent yet.
I know you probably hear this a lot, both of you, that it's one thing if you're a current homeowner and you sell, you make your profit, now you got your down payment money. I only have a minute. For the first time home buyers out there, don't panic. Are there options for people these days?
Yes, absolutely. There's several different down payment assistance programs. It's just finding the one that works best in your situation.
Okay.
So.
No wonder you were in his office yesterday.
Exactly. There's a lot.
Here is where you can find Jason at Onward Chattanooga. He will be very quick to tell you that the relationship building with his clients as well as with the peers in the industry is a big part.
It is a very big part
of their success. So Onward Chattanooga, you'll find them online at onwardchattanoogahomes.com. There's their phone number, 280-1164. But pretty much their office is the home you're looking to buy.
Exactly.
Great to see y'all.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone can say they can fix it, but only 58 Foundations and Waterproofing guarantees it with the industry's only money-back guarantee. Schedule your free inspection now.
I work from home, so bundling Spectrum, internet, and TV has been super important for our family.
My favorite thing is just the connection that we have to have. I do online workouts, I also do remote programming, and so I need to stay connected to make sure that I'm providing a quality service.
To be able to save money and also have reliable service, it's a win. Our bills have been affordable, can't complain.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
I'm Ultima Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Every time one of my children started driving, it was terrifying. I am quite aware of the dangers being on the road. Thousands of accidents happen across the country. We see it every day. These families' lives will be changed in an instant. We fight for these families as if they were our own. We've become America's largest injury law firm by winning cases just like these. If you've been injured in a car accident, call us. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
And the princess never felt the pee as the summit made for a perfect night's sleep.
What was it like before? Never a mattress?
30 years ago, getting a mattress was pretty scary. Middlemen hawked spring-filled slabs, hardly fit for a dog, at prices like you wouldn't believe. And you'd barely sleep, what with bad foam and even worse support. But then, Denver Mattress came to town. They promised a better night's sleep, and they delivered. And it still holds true to this day. Denver Mattress. After 30 years, still the easiest way to get the right mattress.
Basement waterproofing, crawl space encapsulation, foundation repair, concrete leveling, all with the industry's strongest warranties. Schedule your free inspection now.
Let's talk your money a little bit this morning. All of us want to see our money grow, especially as you get into your retirement years. So happy to have Granger Hughes back on the show. He has Hughes Retirement Group. Nice to see you.
Good to be here.
So you're going to be able to give me an education right off the bat because I am still working.
Okay.
My brothers, obviously, here I am today. My brothers are retired, and so very often when we have conversations, they'll start talking in terms that make no sense to me because it's not my turn yet.
Sure.
You wanted to talk about your income and your tax structure. I'll let you kind of elaborate because I've got to learn from you.
Yeah, so I mean, here's the biggest thing. When you're getting ready to retire, I think sometimes you don't necessarily think about how much am I going to spend in retirement? I know that sounds very simplistic, but when you get to that retirement age and you figure out how much you're going to spend, then you've got to say, okay, what sources of income do I have? What's my Social Security going to look like? Well, we've already heard a lot. I mean, and we know Social Security being underfunded, and 2032 is the date that's now moved up to where they're saying that's going to be underfunded, where 25 cents on the dollar could be a cut for you. So when we talk about creating income streams, do you have a pension? And if you have a pension, do you have a lump sum option? Because if you have a lump sum option, often you can take control of that asset, and then you can convert that to Roth
and grow it.
Absolutely. So, but when we talk about guaranteed streams of income, if you have Social Security, and maybe you're a high income earner, maybe you're worried about them cutting that benefit for you down the road. What are you doing to kind of fill that gap of maybe you've got $70,000 of income, but you want to spend $120,000? How are we filling that gap? And I think because of, if you look back in time when pensions were prevalent, and then we came into the 80s and all of a sudden now we have this 401k. Well, what is a 401k, right? Nobody knew what it was.
Right.
Now all of a sudden it's in
all
our,
anybody has anymore,
It's in the lexicon now, and people just, they throw money at it, but they don't really understand what's going to happen. So how do you take this pile of money now and create income?
Right.
Because you've had a paycheck your entire life, right?
Right.
And now you've got this pile of money that you're trying to pick away at. So how do we create those guaranteed income streams?
Okay, so let's take me, for example, because I might be a mirror image of a lot of people out there. So I have a 401k, and I plug my money into it. And so would it be something that as I near retirement, I would come to you and say, okay, Granger, it's about time for me to switch it over. And you might say, let's get you into some investments that will bring dividends to you to get you that income. Is that kind of it?
Possibly, yeah. So, I mean, there's different ways to create income. You can utilize things like dividend portfolios, structured notes, annuities, whether that's a fixed or variable. So there's a lot of different ways to do that. One of the big things that we focus on is when you're getting ready to retire, think about this money that you've put in. Why are we putting it in a 401k? To reduce our taxes today, right? To save some money, to grow it tax deferred. So it's a multifaceted tool.
Right.
But the problem is when we get to retirement, all of that distribution that we take out is going to be taxed.
Right.
So if we're worried about future tax increases, which is highly plausible, that would be an opportunity to start shifting that money maybe to some Roth conversions.
Okay, so like in my case, more information than y'all need, I have both. I kind of split the baby on mine.
Okay.
So I'll be okay on the Roth side, but maybe as I near retirement, you might say, look, Julie, you could put more over here into your Roth. Go ahead and start doing that now. Is that kind of it?
And a lot of that would depend on your income. You know, if you're a high income earner, you may say, hey, I'm going to just roll the dice. I don't want to pay 37% to get money into a Roth IRA. But if you're in a favorable bracket of a 22 or 24, if you look just at history, where we've been before in the 60s, where the highest tax rate was 87%, could we go back there again? We don't know. If we look at the debt, it would be a little unsettling. So
take us back in time. In the 60s, the tax structure was 60-something%.
So if you looked at, if you remember a president we had, Ronald Reagan, he did 2 movies a year because he made about $200,000 a year. And after that, essentially all his money was going to taxes. So the Congressional Budget Office projected, I think this was in 2015, that if things went unchanged, this is back when the debt was around $17 trillion, that taxes would have to double in the future.
Okay.
Well, we're paying almost $1 trillion in interest now just on the national debt. So if you think about the expenses that the U.S. government has, at some point, we're going to have to pay the piper.
So what you're saying is don't panic by a headline, but don't be fooled by a headline either. And the more control you have in your own pocket of the money you've earned, you're protected no matter what happens.
And the thing is, because Roth 401k, you can invest however you want, right? You can buy Apple stock in either one, for simplicity's sake there. But if we're talking about future taxes, would you rather pay taxes today if you believe taxes are on sale, or would you rather wait to whatever the government decides they are when you have to take distributions?
Before I let you run, you did talk about Social Security at the beginning of our conversation. You're suggesting you can't be a soothsayer either.
Right.
That it looks like as we go through time, the benefits may reduce a little bit or the retirement age may push. But in case anybody's panicking, you're not suggesting that it's going to go away entirely.
I'm not suggesting that. No, I don't think that will happen.
Okay. Okay. I know you can't. You can't quote him. But I did want to give him a chance to make sure he could clarify if that was the case. Here's what you can do though. If you're 55 and older, you can call him because what they want to do is help you as you are either in retirement or about to be in retirement because your money should work for you. And this is what he does. You don't have to know it. He knows it. HughesRetirementGroup.com, 664-4203. I think I feel a little bit better.
Well, I hope you do.
I hope I do too.
Count on Local 3 News for more local stories, bringing you the stories that affect your life, going beyond the headlines so you know what's really going on. Local 3 News.